The Jaguars possess the 7th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, and really there's not many positions that are off the board for the Jaguars. Many think that they're going to go offense, whether it be offensive lineman, tight end, wide receiver. Some people think that we're going to go defense, mainly on a defensive line. But there's different positions that you have to look at, and there's also certain players that we need to look at. And in today's video, we are going to be reviewing tight end from Iowa, TJ Hockenson. Now, TJ Hockenson is a really good prospect. He is 6'5", 250 pounds. He ran a 4.740 at the NFL Combine, and he's a really intriguing prospect. And the big question is, should the Jaguars draft this guy at number 7? Now, there's a couple different lines of thinking when it comes to, is tight end worth a number 7 overall pick? And if you're along the lines of saying that, okay, we shouldn't select a tight end at number 7 because there's a lot of depth at the tight end position in this draft, and you could get a good tight end in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round and whatnot. So I understand that line of thinking. But there's also people that say a tight end is not worth the number 7 overall pick. And I'd have to completely disagree with that, because tight end has become a much more valuable position in the NFL, it seems like, over the past several years, especially as we were going to a more, air attack kind of system, but you also want to be able to run the ball to win games and churn clock. So when you look at TJ Hockenson at number 7, I mean, he's a really good player. I mean, there's really very, very few negatives about this guy. When I see him, he's a great run blocker, first of all, and I know that's going to get some blood rushing downstairs to guys like Tom Coughlin and Doug Marrone, just seeing how well they're able to block. I mean, you look at these guys on running plays. I mean, this guy is blocking linebackers and defensive end 10 yards downfield, throwing them to the ground, opening up run lanes like that. And it's really incredible to see. And also, this guy is a very good route runner. He gets really good separation. When you see a lot of his plays, he's getting separation just because his route running is very, very crisp. He's not the fastest tight end out there. He's not even the fastest tight end on his team, but he gets good separation just because he's a very good route runner. He's got very good acceleration. And also, he's got great hands. I mean, I've seen him catch balls when he's in double coverage. I've also seen on high point different balls, and it's incredible. He's a very sure-handed guy with vacuum hands, so he's always kind of coming down with stuff like that. And he's also extremely physical. Now, whether it be in the run game where he's blocking players, even in pass protection, but also when he gets the ball, I mean, he's got a nasty stiff arm. And ever since last year when I saw Vance McDonald completely just stiff arm a guy into the sidelines and run down for what I believe was a touchdown on a Monday Night Football game, I've been really wanting a tight end that has the ability to do that, because I looked at our Jaguars and we don't have any tight end with that ability. So I thought that was very, very exciting. Now, when I look at kind of his flaws, I mean, I don't really see many flaws in this guy. I mean, maybe if I were to come up with a flaw, the one flaw I did come up with is that he isn't the fastest tight end even on his team, and there are faster tight ends out there, like I said, Noah Fant is faster than him. Also, I believe it looks like Zach Ertz might be a little faster than him, but when it comes down to it, I mean, he's a complete tight end who really can do it all. And I really think that he'd be a perfect fit for the Jaguars, especially given our situation with not having much at the tight end position. Right now, our depth chart looks like Jeff Swain, James O'Shaughnessy, Ben Koyak, and Pharaoh McKeever. Not very good. And I had one person comment on one of my videos saying, oh, James O'Shaughnessy, according to PFF, is the 2nd best run blocking tight end out there. Don't give me nothing about PFF. PFF, they've been getting better over the years. I do like some of the stuff they come up with, statistical kind of things when it comes to categories like that, but their grading system, I think, is so far off. And even players are out there saying, how do you guys come up with these grades? I don't agree with PFF. And if you're gonna try to sit here and tell me that James O'Shaughnessy is the 2nd best run blocking tight end in the NFL, give me a break with that. But I think he's a perfect fit with the Jaguars just because he's great at pass blocking. He's also great at run blocking. He's great in the pass game, and I think he's also the safest pick at number 7, because there's different guys being thrown out there like Jawan Taylor. I think Jawan Taylor is kind of a risk. I think he's a risky pick out there. I don't think he's a dominating right tackle, and I think a lot of his draft hype is more on potential, kind of like Taven Bryan last year. I also think TK Metcalf is a huge boomer bust type of player. You know, his ceiling, he could be like a Calvin Johnson, but he could also be like a Kevin White. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, and any of these defensive lineman picks, I don't think, unless Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams are there at number 7, I don't feel comfortable saying any of those guys are going to hit. You know, I think TJ Hockenson is as safe of a pick as the Jaguars can get, and I think with the Jaguars' offensive tackle play, I know we have a question mark at who's going to start at right tackle, whether it be Will Richardson, the guy we drafted in the 4th round of the 2018 draft, or whether it be an incoming rookie that we wind up drafting. There's a question mark about the level of play that's going to be at that position. And also the left tackle position, Cam Robinson, he's coming off an ACL injury, barely played at all in 2018, and when he did play, it looked like he kind of regressed a little bit coming in out of shape last year. And really, with a tight end, they can help these defensive ends, help chip those guys, kind of like Mercedes Lewis did in 2017 when we had the #1 rush attack in the NFL. When you took Mercedes out of the game, and when you get a drop off at the tight end position in the run blocking category, it's a huge miss, and that was definitely missing in the 2018 season, along with obviously the health at the running back position. So, you know, those are my thoughts on the pick. I mean, if you're getting into the game where you say, okay, I don't want TJ Hockenson 1st round because we can get a Noah Fant or an Irv Smith Jr. in the 2nd round. But if you play that game, it could be dangerous. Last year, the Jaguars played that game when they had a need at tight end, and they didn't wind up drafting anybody because all the guys they were going to pick were taken, and you get left with nobody at the tight end position. Let's not have that happen this year because they could wind up in the 2nd, 3rd round reaching for a guy when they don't feel a need, when they don't think they're worth that spot, just because last year they missed out on a bunch of guys. So those are my thoughts on TJ Hockenson at number 7. I think he's worth the pick. He's who I really want. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about TJ Hockenson, and let me know who you guys want me to do a scouting report video on next. So this is UC at Jaguar with JinJ.com. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.